I said, Dad, they're in Brazil. It's week 1. It's a Friday, and they're playing on a soccer field. Jesus, tap dancing Christ, dude. It's not exactly ideal circumstances.
I never even said anything.
That's
so
stupid. That's stupid. Bro, the Patriots, you got fireworks going off behind you. Crazy.
Yeah.
The Patriots... What a shit performance by the New York Jets last night.
Yeah.
What a fucking pathetic first fucking game by the New York Jets.
I mean,
I stand on that too. That was fucking pathetic.
Why do you stand on it though? Why?
Because the reality last night was we chalked up last year because we lost our guy. But guess what? The guy's back.
Like the number 1 defense.
The guy's back. The number 1 defense is back. We're back. And the fucking guy, what did Aaron Rodgers have going into half? 63 yards?
Dude, did Tyrod Taylor have better stat line than him or what?
I mean, efficiency-wise, probably.
I mean, I think, Rodgers had his hits and misses. I think he still throws the ball great.
Insane.
I just think that he can't move. He can't move like he used to, and he's not. I think the biggest thing with him, they showed his week ones over the last 4. He's 1-3 week 1. His percentage is under. What? What's up?
Nothing, Coke. Just keep talking.
You're good. No, yeah, I was saying his completion percentage over the last week ones over the last 4 years are bad. Just his numbers in general, touchdown interception ratio, wins and losses, all the things of normal in his career that are good are bad over the week ones over the last 4 years, and I just think it's because he's less invested. He's not. I don't think that's a lot of criticism from his teammates. He got a lot of criticism from his teammates. Literally this year, some of them went to reporters and said something. They said it was an anonymous source, but I gotta fix that. I see what's going on there.
Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers, though,
Bro, but at the end of the day, the teams you saw do well in week 1 are the teams that played in the preseason.
Yeah,
Exactly.
No, and you can chalk up a lot of weird shit this weekend to that. And that's the first thing that I said too. Was like it's almost like the fucking Brazil game on Friday night. How sloppy it was. Both teams.
Terrible.
How sloppy it was for that first quarter of that game. My dad texted me and was like, "This is the sloppiest NFL game I've seen maybe in the last 10 years." I said, Dad, they're in Brazil. It's week 1. It's a Friday, and they're playing on a soccer field. Jesus, tap dancing Christ, dude. It's not exactly ideal circumstances.
And that's the other thing.
And none of these cats played in the preseason. So they're fresh.
There's something I want to say. I said this to Gunner earlier, and they keep talking about adding more regular season games and taking away preseason games. Like, what type of product do you want to put out as a soon to be probably $100 billion, however much billions they make a year? One of the biggest. America damn near revolves around football. They own Sunday more than the damn church does at this point.
I mean, dog, they're the bane of our existence.
It's been going up.
Right, and bro, if the least people play in the preseason is more of a shitty product that you're gonna put out week 1, I think that you could come back from it for sure. But like you look at yesterday.
You just hate to see your star player go out in preseason. That would just suck.
Dog, well, here's the thing. I think the joint practices are more beneficial than preseason games. I don't even think it's fucking close.
Preseason is just for the 2s and 3s to come and show out and see if they earn a roster.
Do that at a joint practice, though. They're still hitting.
Bro, this is the thing. All right, listen.
It goes to the refs and the coaches, too.
Yeah, but listen.
Under the lights with the fans there.
It's different.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Like,
do that shit week 1.
What? No.
You can't just do that week
no,
1.
But no organization worth whatever Ronnie just labeled them as their worth is going to just roll out week 1. Let's go. Like, there's going to be a dress rehearsal to some extent. But what I'm getting at,
look like it was ready. It was let's go
because they played.
Some of them played.
Some of them
in the preseason.
Bro, it makes a difference. Yeah, it makes a difference. As a Seattle Seahawks fan who watched every second of that game, unfortunately, it makes a fucking difference, dude. We gave up
What
2
happened to DK
safeties
Metcalf?
in the first half. That's unheard of.
DK Metcalf had 39 yards.
He had Pat Surtain on him. You ever heard of him? He's good.
Oh, yeah. I know that guy. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy, good at football.
You know, he just
Now,
got paid
if you
quite a bit
watched,
of money. Actually.
some tells me you didn't watch, but DK did kind of bully him around. But when a quarterback's when Tyler Lockett's got wide open space, he'd be a bad quarterback to not throw to him. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. I just had DK on fantasy, and he had like.
I had him in fantasy too, and I actually won that matchup, and it was real gross.
I mean, that's the one. Come on now, Pat Surtain is gonna eat, bro. He's
a dog.
And DK was bullying him, but at the same time, Pat Surtain is real fucking good.
I was curious, how did Jackson Smith play?
Barely,
really?
Barely. Yeah, dog. It's just when there's somebody as established as established as Tyler Lockett, and that's a guy whose job you're on paper supposed to be taking.
Not at 3.
No, I mean he saw the field. He probably played, I'd say, 30% of snaps offensively.
That's crazy, bro. A guy coming in year 2 who's supposed to be like highly touted. I feel like,
buddy, Ken Walker ran for. I mean, he ran over their whole team.
True. That's true. We
just didn't need to throw that much when it came down to it.
Yeah.
He fucked
Dunbar actually won me the league last year
in the first half.
For
Bro, listen to this. Just from I'm far from a football coach, buddy. I knew it was gonna be a safety when fucking Ryan Grubb, and he knows, he already acknowledged it in the presser since it happened, dude. Ryan Grubb fucked the pooch so bad. Dog, you're at your own 1 yard line. It's first down, and you're lined up in shotgun, dude. Why do you have your fucking quarterback 6 yards into the end zone? For any reason, dude. And then to bat, it's a fucking inside handoff. Brother, you're giving them 2 points. I mean, those guys are never going to work harder on the D-line in their entire careers than in that moment. They're watching DK, they're watching Geno fucking line up 6 yards into the end zone, just looking at each other like, nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. He's not under fucking center. Nuh-uh. And then, of course, he gets a ball, and what happens? What do you mean what happens? He gave it to Zach Charbonnet, the power back, who had to run 6 fucking yards to get to the 1. I mean, the kid's strong. He's dropped his shoulder, but they knew what the fuck was going to happen.
Who's calling your plays?
Ryan Grubb. He admitted after that was completely fucking inexcusable. Thank God we made up for it offensively in the second half, but Jesus Christ. I'll say this, and I'll be all done talking about the Seahawks game because this ain't a Seahawks podcast. Buddy?
No, it's all right, though. We can all talk about it.
No, exactly. The offense looked good in the second half. It looked very bad in the first half. Our defense, that entire game, bro, looked fucking incredible.
Who'd they play?
The Denver Broncos. They played Bo Nix.
How do you look?
He got some legs on him. The boy has some legs on him. But I remember the first 20 minutes of the second half of that game, we already looked good defensively, but dog, coming out of the second half, we allowed 19 yards of offense in the first 20 minutes of the second half of that fucking game, dude.
You know who's a freak?
Shut
Anthony
down.
Richardson.
Who?
Oh, that play.
That play by Anthony Richardson where he just
plays I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, he's problematic if he stays healthy.
I mean,
he is as advertised. You see the stat? You see the stat that said he's played in 13 games since high school?
And doing that to people.
And doing that.
Bro,
13 games since high school in the 20, and it's his second year playing in the NFL. He's played in 13 games.
I love his throwing motion and everything. He got nice little quick.
Oh, he's so nice, bro.
Dog, 13 games and they're drafting you in the top 5. Who are you?
12.
He's 6'4", 250 and runs a 4.4.
Oh, he's a monster physically, but dog, Cam was a monster too. Is he Cam Newton?
Caleb compared to Anthony Richardson, not even close. Compared to like athletic wise, I don't think it's even close.
No, I said Cam Newton.
Oh, yeah, but I think Anthony Richardson's even more of a freak than Cam.
I'll tell you what, when he sent that one and they pulled it up and they just started pulling this stat within the last few years, but it had the third most airtime of any pass in the last like 3 years or whatever. That one to Pierce, that it was in the air for 3 yards.
It was.
And I'm like, and that motherfucker runs a 4 what?
Yeah.
Right. What? Bro. What kind of cheat code is this?
You take
and the first thing I could think of was I was like, that's Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Well, dude, he throws over the middle of the field too. He throws like
that's Cam Newton with an arm.
Let's not forget that pass was a dot.
That's what I'm saying. I watched the pass. I said, get the fuck out of here. Got it past 2 of them. And Alec Pierce ain't like fuck. He's not Justin Jefferson. He's just some fucking guy. He's good. He's not great.
He's a jag.
He didn't make that play. Anthony Richardson made that fucking play, and it was insane.
So if your quarterback's making Alec Pierce look good, then your quarterback must be.
There was another throw. Yeah. There was another throw this week from Trevor Lawrence, bro, to Brian Thomas Jr.
In the back of the end zone.
I didn't see that one, or I don't recall it.
Bro, it doesn't even make sense. I don't even know that could possibly happen.
Bro, was it Jared Goff throwing the no looks in the Sunday night game?
Oh, great catch.
Do you remember that?
But I was just like, what?
I know who Jared Goff was not looking to, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I know that guy didn't do a goddamn thing in that game.
Puka Nacua.
Cost me $400. Thank you, brother.
Puka Nacua.
Thank you, brother.
Puka Nacua
3 for 6 for 39 yards, I think he finished. Or no, not even close to 39 yards. My bad. 3 for 6 for 18 yards.
Yeah.
Hey, you know who did go off? Jameson Williams, who I picked up latest.
Yeah, apparently that's wide receiver 1. Apparently I missed. We're just gonna pay Amon-Ra a profound amount of money, and Jameson Williams is our wide receiver 1. Figure it out. Sorry about it.
Who did he have on him?
Who?
Amon-Ra.
Who did he have?
Everyone.
No one. The Rams don't have
San Francisco has what? Ward? That's it.
No,
no. This is the Rams. The Rams have no one. Oh, no. Trey White. I'm sorry, Trey White. Trey White.
They move them around. Especially him though. He plays inside and out.
The Trey White of 2022.
I think he was like being shadowed and locked down. It's just here's the thing. Amon-Ra, he was literally talking on a podcast earlier in the year, talking about how he's basically something about how he's not happy sometimes when he has like, look, a lot of his stat lines end up being like 7 catches for 80 yards, 10 catches for 100 yards. Like at the end of the day, 10 yards per reception isn't like, that's what you want as a base, as a player. If you're averaging under 10 as a wide receiver per catch, you're not even averaging a first down per catch. So, like if you look at the league leader last year, actually, I think it was Pickens. It was like 18 yards per reception. That means every time this dude had a reception, you look at Jamar Chase, bro, it's going to be like 15, 16 yards per. He's not really like and that passing game is more of like a quick passing game, like eat up yards type of thing.
Buddy, so. he had 3 catches for 18 yards in 60 minutes of football, cuz.
Yeah. No, that one is,
And he's the, what is he? Is he the 3rd highest paid receiver playing right now?
Like 4th, something like that.
4th?
Yeah.
4th highest paid, and 3 catches for 18 yards.
Yeah.
That'll happen.
Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill got arrested. Went into the game, did 100 and a touchdown, and how many catches?
It's week 1 though. I mean, a lot of guys start off slow week 1, dude.
So I honest to God, I didn't watch the game, and I don't gotta like harp on it because I've been where you're sitting right now, Gunner, and it's not a fun spot. Was Jamar actually on a snap count?
Not really.
Because all I seen was 6 for 62, and all I could think is like he couldn't have been on much of a snap count.
I'll be honest with you, Burrow played really bad. A lot of the balls were behind receivers, but it just all around. If you can't get your run game going, if a team doesn't respect your run game, you're never going to get the passing game going ever. No, so they have to show some type of respect to the run game.
If they could play 6 in the box, bro.
I didn't look at the box stats or nothing. The only reason I know about Chase because I have him in one of my leagues. He went 6 for 6 for 62, which it's not horrible. Obviously, he caught everything that was thrown to him. But does that mean Zach Moss didn't do nothing?
Zach Moss had 1 touchdown, but like 30 yards rushing. It was the interior line is just a problem right now. I don't know what's going on.
So at this point, with the money that they've now put into their O-line, when do we look at the O-line coach? Because because name-wise, they've addressed it.
Well, hold on. There's two things. There's two things. They lost Brian Callahan to Tennessee last year. That could be a little bit of
that definitely hurts. Offensive coordinator gone.
Here's something that why is nobody talking about this? Bro, I saw a collage of Joe Burrow like during the game, like just doing this. Like his wrist does not feel great right now. It is not 100%. Like nobody's talking about that. I'm not saying that it's because
says he is, but.
He said it last year when he was coming off the plane wearing a fucking sling.
That wrist might not ever go back to where it was, and then he's not the same player, and it's over.
No,
nothing to do about it.
That's worst case scenario, but that sure is a scenario.
That would be a crazy scenario.
I mean, dude, there's people that have said that, like, in baseball that had that surgery, they never came back the same, couldn't grip the ball the same.
No.
I mean, it's a possibility. We'll see. I'm never gonna freak out over a week 1 fucking loss because we've lost the last 4 in a row, week 1s. So
see, somebody should have told me that before I picked the Bengals in 100% of my survivor pools that I'm now out
Joe
of.
Burrow's 1-8 in weeks 1 and 2 in the last 4 years, like that.
Dude, yeah,
that is crazy.
Terrible. In the beginning of the year, because we don't play any preseason, bro. We don't play in the preseason. We played 1 drive in the preseason. It was like Burrow went 5 for 5 for a touchdown at T. Great. Okay. Do it again next week. Okay. Don't wait 3 weeks until week 1 to get back out there and get that feel, get that rhythm.
Bro, it's like guys, they should be building. It should be like 1 drive in the first week, 2 drives in the second week.
Or that, perfect.
In the third week, and then you go play the
just
full
1
game.
Drive in week 1, and then they're done. And Zach Taylor has done that every year since Joe Burrow's been there. Obviously, he hasn't been healthy every year, which is great, but we still haven't had the ones out there without Joe Burrow on the preseason. So it's just I think it's a lack of preparation, and somebody's gonna have to call him out over the last 4 years losing the opener. It's ridiculous. You're supposed to be a top tier team. You are supposed to be out of like 4 teams that have a possibility like. Before the season starts, everybody's like, they can make it to the Super Bowl. And you come out and you're just piss poor. I mean,
here's the real problem.
Against the worst team in the fucking league.
Possibly the worst team.
Zach Taylor has to be questioned at some point how much he relies on Joe Burrow.
What were you saying about the Patriots, Ronnie?
They'll be a better team than people think, dude.
Hang on a second.
I think they'll be better than the Raiders.
I'm not saying they'll be good.
They'll be better than the Raiders.
Good. I'm not saying they're going to be good.
The Raiders' defense is kind of ridiculous.
Joe Alt just made Max Crosby had 0 pressures all game. 0. A rookie.
Yeah, Joe Alt is a fucking monster.
The best tackle in the draft. Nice.
Hey.
I'm just going to look up the win lines.
The Chargers beat the Raiders.
It's probably a great time to bet on the Patriots to go under their win line.
Bro, what's the Chargers, like...
That's a good question. What's the Patriots win line?
That's what I'm looking up right now. God, I mean, what do you think? I'm gonna guess they're gonna have it at 4.5, and I'm gonna hammer the under.
I wanna ask the Steelers fans the question.
Yeah.
Know the waters you're about to jump in, brother.
Okay. If it has anything to do with scoring a touchdown. I want to know why.
No, 100% it does.
Okay, so TJ Watt. All right, then we'll talk about TJ Watt's non-turnovers and stuff like that too.
Hold on.
Like you're talking about things that didn't fucking happen. So
hold on.
The Patriots win line is 5.5, dude.
All right, so listen.
That's free, folks. Hey, folks, bet the under yesterday, dude. 5.5 is fucking crazy.
Miami ones,
no, they will not. No, they will not.
They're gonna beat Miami.
Miami's in cold weather, and it's a division game. Any division of anybody could beat anybody, let alone the Patriots. They're not as bad as.
Look, this is all recorded. This is all on tape. Look at my face. No, they fucking won't. They won't beat anyone in that division a single time.
I bet they'll get 5 wins.
Okay, that's still under 5.5.
Well, I know, but you're saying it like it's like if they
It's
get
a
the
lock. You just agreed with me.
Yeah.
You said 5 wins.
Bro, yes, I thought you said that
It's
if it was
5.5.
at
It's 5.5.
5.5. Under 5.5 means they can win 5 games and we still win.
Bro, that's only 4 more wins than they're right there.
They're not
You're
gonna
telling me
get
it's
4
like
more
4
wins.
I'm telling
They're
you,
not.
it's
They're
crazy
damn
that
sure
you
not getting 5 more.
see a team that already has a win week 1.
The Bengals fan just said the Patriots didn't win that game. The Bengals lost it. They gave their fucking coach a Gatorade shower after that game, like it was the fucking Super Bowl. They know they stink. They know they weren't supposed to win that game.
I'm just saying, bro. They're out there in the cold weather. They might steal a couple. It's a defensive team with a smart organization, man. Like the Steelers. Look at the Steelers with Kenny Pickett. Doug
How can we
Hodges
call
and
them a smart organization after the last 3 years?
I think that was just Bill being.
You think Bill was the problem?
Yes,
yes. Mixed with Mac.
He's not as a
Mac.
GM, as a GM. As a GM, yes, he was atrocious. He ruined that team, bro, with his picks, the people that he.
You think Jacoby Brissett's getting 6 wins this year?
Bro, you're gonna be mad when Drake May comes in weeks 5 and wins like 4 games down the stretch, and you're like, damn, 5.5, and they have 6 wins. But all right, brother. Ramondre Stevenson had 22 points against the Bengals. Pretty good front. They are not a bad.
They got a nice front 5. I mean, they got Jabril Peppers back there. They got a nice little defense. Christian Gonzalez. I mean, I don't know. They have a nice little team.
Crazy. When I think of like the worst team, when I think of a team whose under I'm smashing, it's like the Falcons.
The Browns right now, bro.
Was never that.
I mean, the Panthers. The Panthers. That's an easy one.
Yeah, the Panthers for sure. Because I think. I do want to answer though Gunner's original question about the Steelers.
But I haven't even fully.
They play us next.
My full question was not the fact that you didn't
Patriots,
score.
bro.
Hold on.
My question was going to be, how did you feel about the offense? Like, what did you see from your offense that was improved from the Kenny Pickett era?
For sure.
The running game.
Well, the first thing, I mean,
the effort in the run, bro.
Here.
It was an effort thing in the running.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Here, hold on. Here's the thing.
Find me 6 wins, guys. Find me 5 wins. Find me 5 wins. Look at Ronnie. Have you seen the Patriots schedule?
No.
You got to find me the 5 wins, brother. You got to find me the 5 other wins, brother.
All right. Look, I didn't say.
It's
look,
crazy, dog. They have a fucking gauntlet.
I think 5.5 is a really that's a really good line. I could see them.
That's where they're gonna be this season.
Bro, they have a gauntlet.
And with 5 wins. If I had to guess,
that's
bro, they play in Foxborough against Miami in October, so Miami won't be cold.
In Foxborough in October?
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't be cold.
It won't be cold to Floridians? To Floridians?
Bro, I'm talking about the athletes.
It's like 80. It's like
I'm talking about an athlete
right now.
here.
If I walk outside, it's 80 degrees.
They might sneak that one.
There's a difference between Foxborough in December and Foxborough in fucking October.
There's a difference between Foxborough in the summer versus Miami in the summer. It's disgusting with the difference. I'll go back home to Kentucky this November, bro,
buddy,
and I'm going to be bundled up like a little fucking Red Riding Hood, just freezing my little white ass off.
You're also not a professional athlete, with all due respect.
A professional athlete doesn't weather themselves to temperature.
Professional athletes in Kansas City last year, or any of the cold weather games they played, they were ass.
The game in Kansas City was in January, and it was negative whatever. It's not going to be negative whatever the fuck in Foxborough in October, dog. That's all I'm saying.
It's going to be cold
as
fuck.
No, it ain't going to be cold.
Tyreek Hill played pretty well in Missouri in December, historically. He's all right. He'll be all right.
He had Patrick Mahomes throwing in the ball.
We're talking about one specific ass game. Like there's 17.
Buddy, I'm saying I'm looking at the schedule. Ronnie, on my son's life, I'm not being a dickhead. I swear to God, I don't see 5 more wins here.
But they weren't supposed to beat us either, so it's like.
I just
but are we all in agreement that the Bengals lost that game?
You also just said it's
more so than the Patriots won
in week 1 because of his lack of preparation and yada yada yada. You said it, didn't you?
Hey, Seattle is flying to Foxborough on Sunday. They're gonna lose, bro. We're not losing to that team. Quote me. Watch if y'all watch any of that game, you probably won't because it's probably at the same time that y'all teams play. But if you watch any of that game, watch what our fucking defense does to Jacoby Brissett.
I think they could beat the Bills once for sure.
Okay, and they can't beat the Bears.
No,
they can't beat the Titans.
What?
No,
probably not.
Beat the Bears. Oh my God!
Williams threw for 93 yards,
and they won. And they won.
Never mind. They can't beat.
And they won.
Bears.
Right?
They won.
Am I wrong?
Congratulations to the defense and the special teams.
Touchdown, bro. Do you know that if you have a blocked punt for a touchdown, the chance you win the game is upwards of 90%?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably not going to happen again.
Got lucky, and especially in the fourth quarter, right before, so lucky.
It's going to be so funny when Drake May outperforms Caleb Williams in that game. He's a starter by then. Watch.
It'll be crazy.
Drake May.
And I loved.
He might
look
be
at him, Drake May. Oh, you mean the guy who looked pretty good in the preseason and put balls all over the fucking place? And
didn't Kenny Pickett look good in the preseason?
No.
Hang on.
He did not look good this preseason.
Listen, there's only a few.
Drake May sure played a lot more than 5 drives, brother. He played 5 drives in one game.
So we got next week on Sunday they play Seattle. Bias aside, we will beat them.
Oh, okay. Bro,
no, hang on. Then they play the Jets. Then they play the Jets in New York. I'm taking the Jets. I think the Jets will win that game. Then they play the Niners in San Francisco. Buddy, that game's already over. Then they play the Dolphins in Foxborough. I'm going to take the Dolphins there.
Go ahead, I'll give that to you.
Then they play the Texans in Foxborough. I'm going to give that to the Texans. Buddy, they have a gauntlet. This wasn't me bullshitting. Then they play the Jaguars in Jacksonville. I'm going to take the Jaguars at home there.
Sure.
Then they play the Jets in Foxborough. They might sneak that one. They might sneak that one.
So what are we, 3?
We're at two wins right now. We're at 2 wins right now. Then they play the Titans in Tennessee. They could sneak that one. That's going to be a game. I'll give them 3 there. I'll give them 3 there. Then they play at Soldier Field. I'm giving that to the Bears. Then they play the Rams. Rams are going to fucking smoke them. Then they play the Dolphins in Miami. Miami wins that game. They play the Colts in Foxborough. Colts win that game, bro. Then they play the Cardinals in Arizona. Hand to God. Cardinals win that game, cuz.
Okay.
That's 4-5 now.
Cardinals win that game.
Okay.
We're getting there. Then they play the Bills in Buffalo. Bills win. Then they play the Chargers. They play the Chargers in Foxborough. That's kind of a coin toss.
That would be my 5.
There's 5. I'll give them that 5. Then they play the Bills in Foxborough. They lose that game. Brother, that's 5 wins max. Under 5.5 is free.
That's what I said. You're going to be right at 5. If they sneak one more game out, if Aaron Rodgers ruptures an Achilles, if Kyler Murray isn't playing in those games, you're acting like it's gospel. Oh, Kyler Murray, like what? Like Kyler Murray can have a bad game. Like Josh Allen can have a bad game. Like Aaron Rodgers is even going to be playing. Like what?
All I'm saying is under 5.5 is a fucking layup.
I don't think so.
I feel like
with that schedule, we just went over their whole schedule.
I feel you.
They gotta beat a dope team mid-season to go over 5.5.
We'll know a lot more this week. The Seahawks are going to be. The Seahawks are more buttoned up than the Bengals were. They'll be more ready. They play their starters and everything.
The difference between us and the Bengals, the biggest difference is the defense, for sure.
And your quarterback isn't coming off of an injury.
And our quarterback, his wrist ain't fucked up. His brain's fucked up, but his wrist ain't fucked up.
I'm not hating on Joe Burrow at all, but bro, first game back, bro.
It's been a while.
Bro, those practice reps, when it's the same dudes every time, I'm not saying NFL practice squad players are taking plays off, but when it's the same player that you're playing against every time, they know your tendencies. People get a little bit late. So, those practice reps weren't as fast. That's why he might have seemed a little late. Give it a little time, bro. I mean, I think that was kind of a perfect storm, to be honest with you. I think
we'll see. We'll see, because he absolutely dissected the Bears in a joint practice. So
right.
I mean, it's just a matter of nobody was really ready. There's all the fucking Jamar controversy. I think week 2 will be. And honestly, we hate the Chiefs. The Bengals literally make it their priority. We were built to beat them. Literally, that's what they were built for.
Is that this week?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big fucking game, dude.
Everybody's gonna take the Chiefs.
Really is,
I respect it. I respect everybody taking the
line?
Chiefs 100%. But one thing I will say is that we'll lose to a team like the Patriots, who's the worst team in the league.
But bro, that's crazy. That's not a primetime game.
We'll beat the team that everybody's like, oh, they're gonna lose.
Yeah. You play up
in Kansas City, 5.5.
Bro, we lived that for a little while.
That's kind of a respectful line considering what happened on Sunday, bro. Y'all are only 6-point dogs in that game in Kansas City. They kind of know.
We're up 3-2 on them all the time. We're the only team that has a winning record against the Chiefs.
Here's a fun homer stat for you. God, I love you, Pete. Pete Carroll never once lost to the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's great. That's a great stat.
8-0.
You can throw it in their face.
8-0, dude. I love you, Pete. Glad you're gone, because fuck, did that defense look good. And I know it's not a coincidence, but thank you for absolutely shit canning the Eagles no matter what, even with Drew Lock.
Drew Lock.
It means something. We're only 3.5-point favorites against... Man, God, that seems free. I hate what my team does to me, what it does to my brain.
I think that the Broncos are only. I think that the Steelers are only -3.
Yo, the over/under for Thursday night's game, the Bills and the Dolphins, is 48.5. Go ahead and go over there. That's free. That's free. You don't think 7 touchdowns are going to get scored in that game? Bills in Miami? Bills' sorry-ass defense?
Oh, yeah. Put up points.
49.
Yeah.
7 touchdowns?
I got a parlay for, I think I put it Tyreek to get 2 touchdowns. I know it's a long shot, but I feel like that's a game he does.
In that one? Bro, CeeDee Lamb cost me $800, dickhead. You're already putting it in.
I'm just looking at something.
Yeah, I'm going to wait until Thursday night for that
one. I hit an anytime touchdown bet last night.
But yeah, this is, listen, I learned some things this weekend.
There you go.
How about the Saints 47-10 against the Panthers? That was pretty gross.
I know. I wish Avery was here.
No, he don't want to talk about them, cuz, trust me.
Oh, I bet.
They're bad.
Because that's a team where it's like, it wasn't just like a bad, opening week. It was like, no, that's just what the team is. Like, that's really who they are. Their offense is that bad that they only scored 10 points, and their defense is that bad that they allowed 47 points. They're just a really bad football team.
In low-key, I know, like, we've had some discussion just between the two of us, Ronnie, about the Deontay Johnson and the wide receiver 2 situation in Pittsburgh, but, bro, I swear that, and I said this from the start, I feel like Deontay did something, said something, and somebody was just like, you know what? Go, all right,
the fumble.
Fuck you, bro.
Bengals.
Fuck you.
Yeah, bro.
Take your ass to care. I'll just go ahead and end.
And walked away a week after he started a fight with Minka. The dude
I'll just go ahead and end your
around
career.
The Steelers logo
See
in the
ya.
locker room and said, I don't want anybody to step on this logo. Deontay Johnson looked at a fumble on the ground, walked away, and then got in a fight with the guy who protects the fucking logo in the locker room. Even TJ laughs at Minka about it. He's like, yeah, he's wild, bro. Like
that
line,
you know what I'm saying? Does not make sense.
Hi.
What?
Plus, he was infecting
6.5-point favorites. Kiss my ass, dude. Kiss my ass. The Niners are only 6.5-point favorites against the Vikings.
Because
Kiss my
McCaffrey
ass.
is still out.
Jordan Mason. It's the system. Jordan Mason had 148 and 2 touchdowns.
I feel you.
It's the system.
How about that for the betting world? That was interesting. Not listing McCaffrey as a fucking
inactive. Yeah, for fantasy owners, bro. You don't gotta tell me. I have him in fucking my.
Hey,
bro.
Sounds like you didn't handcuff. Sounds like guys didn't handcuff their fucking running backs, dude. Everybody laughs at the kid when I'm drafting Zamir White and Alexander Madison, and I'm drafting Jonathan Taylor and Trey Sermon. Because I wait for these moments, cuz you got to be ready for it. You got to insure those guys. Handcuff on draft day, dude. It's so much easier that way.
For Kenneth Walker.
I mean, you get Zach Charbonnet for K9. You know?
I have that.
Got to. I handcuff anywhere I can, bro. Because I hate... Because
all
anybody
the
who has
time.
McCaffrey and didn't fucking handcuff, they fucking felt it. When that motherfucker had 148 on the ground, 2 touchdowns, and 3 catches? That's the system, by the way. We're not going to just suck Christian McCaffrey's dick. Yeah, the kid's good, but Jordan Mason just did a Christian McCaffrey shit against the Jets' fucking defense, bro.
Running the ball, but he wasn't catching the ball like McCaffrey.
At Georgia Tech, Jordan Mason had a 44% break tackle ratio. You don't have a 44. You don't break 44% tackles, and
he's
a
dog.
Drop the shoulder guy.
Bro, he was shaking people out of their boots. I saw it. He was catching a screen pass and shook somebody out of their socks.
I know. I saw.
Y'all played Denver. Y'all are 2-0, brother. How's that feel? Hey, so is Russ playing against his old team?
Not right now.
Yeah, can I address the fucking question finally, Josh? Instead of you fucking trying to
what
me
is
down
the
about
question?
What's the question?
Christ. Gunner was asking me how I feel about our offense and shit.
Oh, go on.
What I have to say is, you have 6 scoring drives, all field goals. Let's just say it's week 1. Let's just say you turn 2 of those into touchdowns, which I think is a reasonable expectation if you consider that a team would get better. If you consider that Fields didn't really know he was the starter until, I don't know what you'd say about that situation. They probably should have just had Fields fucking practicing, but I don't know. Anyways, full week of preparation this week. I do kind of hope Fields starts because, what are we talking about? Dude's 25. But the thing with Fields was, specifically him, he didn't, have no crazy wow moments, but we know he's...
So what were you missing on those third downs?
It wasn't even third downs. It was just, bro, we hit a deep ball to Pickens that would have been on the 10-yard line. They called it pass interference, and, objectively, it was such a flimsy fucking call.
Yeah,
TJ strip sacked Kirk Cousins, and then they called it back because they said he was offsides, which it was proven that he wasn't. The ref apologized, but the next play, Kirk Cousins throws a touchdown. So that would have took 7 off the board for them. But that play to Pickens, it felt like the offense was getting going. Now, if there was a place that I would say that I was judgmental is, dude, Arthur Smith was so fucking conservative. It was ripping my hair out. There was so many plays, bro, they would not throw the ball towards Jesse Bates. They just ignored the entire middle of the field because Jesse Bates was there. But I think the way they saw it was yo, we're gonna get after Kirk. Justin, just don't lose us this game. That dude's 10-28 as a starter. 10 wins and 28 losses. They're trying to show.
Hero.
I know, yeah, you know how to be a hero. I'm trying to teach you how to win a game. For him, he needs to learn how to be a game manager. You have a good arm.
Yeah, you don't gotta play hero ball and do this extra shit because you fuck around and lose this shit for us.
Bro, he's not a rhythm passer, and that's just what Chicago wanted. The shit Burrow does is just not what Fields does. He's not a quick game guy. That's just not what he is. But you can build an entire passing game around that. You can build a great offense around that.
Options, RPOs, shit like that.
Yes, bro. Deep shots, vertical passing game, and then you hope that if he does get a rhythm and starts playing good, that you'll be able to mix in some of those rhythmic things. It's just not what he's gonna be great at.
He's got an arm, bro. He has a good arm.
Yeah, he's a rocket.
So, so Russell Wilson is fully in his full uniform on the sideline during that game.
He was active.
Well, hang on.
He's not inactive.
I know. Listen, hang on. Let me finish saying this. This is how good of a coach Mike Tomlin is. Truly. Russell Wilson is able to play right now. Russell Wilson would love to beat his former team this week. He would absolutely love it. The narrative would be beautiful. Here's the thing, dude. Tomlin can't lose here. He can't lose because we put Fields out and something goes bad, and then it's Russ wasn't healthy, so we'll see how it goes. And then we put Fields out and he wins, then it's, well, I'm sorry, Russ, buddy, we're 2-0. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. He can't lose here. Tomlin as a coach, he's 2 steps ahead of the game, cuz. Comes out and says Russell Wilson's our week 1 starter. Russell Wilson has his fucking helmet and mouth guard in on the sidelines while he's nursing a calf injury. It's what it's gonna be, bro. He's just he's that good of a coach. Can't talk about it enough. He's too smart. He's already anticipating the media shitting on him, and the answer's already there. And I seen it when Russ is wearing full uniform.
100%. It's a good point. And honestly, Gunnar, you said it before.
Exactly.
It's like, bro, at the end of the day, the first question you need to know is Justin Fields going to be the future or not? And right now, starting him week 1 is the fastest track to find out if he's the guy or not, because you don't want to go into the offseason.
And Tomlin can't lose if he's not the guy. Russ was, he wasn't 100%.
No, you could get fucking Shedeur. You could get Shedeur this year if you guys fucking.
If all of them suck, but I don't. Right now, I don't want Shedeur. I don't think he's a first.
Thank you. Everybody loved the kid this time. Fucking a few months ago. He's just not that good.
He's gonna get taken first round.
Oh, somebody's gonna fuck up. Well, so here's the thing. So, and I think they mean this, bro. No.
Not after Dak.
Not after Dak just became the highest played football player ever. Dak Prescott should be shining Troy Aikman's fucking shoes after that contract, dog. Because Aikman's the one who opened the door, who actually did produce, who actually did bring home jewelry. And then after that, Romo gets bags. Just these guys for having the star on their helmet. We all said it. We all knew it would happen. He's going to get the biggest bag ever for no fucking reason. He needs to be shining Troy Aikman's shoes for the narrative that he put into Jerry Jones' head back when Jerry Jones had more than 9 functioning fucking brain cells. Thank you, Troy. He owes him 10% of that. Or
Justin Herbert.
That's his agent. He owes him 10% of that. Troy should be getting Drew Rosenhaus's cut of that. Fuck that.
Because of age, though.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
They're going to be in such fucking cap space hell. I mean, honestly, dude.
They'll be fine. The Saints got out of it.
Bro, Bill Belichick
the Saints got out of it.
Derek Carr is getting out of it.
Bro, the Saints are moving around contracts like crazy.
Yeah, because they're probably about to go fucking bankrupt.
Well, no. So the salary cap, the NFL is going to keep generating more money every year. They keep adding more games. The tickets cost more money. That was the reason the salary cap was able to go up, 40 fucking million for everyone?
Right.
That opened a lot of doors for everybody. And the only one who saw that fucking salary cap increase and got real fucking excited was Dak Prescott. Because he said, oh, now they have to give me $60 million. I have to make $5 million a month for the next 4 years. That's all that means to me. I don't give a fuck about the Cowboys. Don't give a fuck about having a team around me. They paid CeeDee. That's clearly all I need. Couldn't get a touchdown. I'll just make $5 million a fucking month for the next 4 years and have no rings. Not one. Not one. Maybe not one playoff win. Maybe not even one.
It is kind of crazy how Patrick Mahomes got paid and all these quarterbacks got paid more after him. It's insane.
Yep. He did it.
He won one.
I feel like he's able to supplement with endorsements that those other guys will never be able to touch.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, Pat Mahomes has won Super Bowls. What are on that list?
$50 million a year for Patrick Mahomes right now is like.
Tom Brady had a literal fucking 200. Tom Brady's wife was like triple his worth, so he just took pay cuts for fucking every year to get his team to the Super Bowl. Like,
and it worked.
Oh, it worked.
Your wife's a fucking Victoria's Secret supermodel.
It worked.
#1 in the world, yeah. Like, he was like, oh yeah, I'll only take $25 million a year, I guess. Real heroic of me.
It paid off.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it paid off.
But I always wonder that, like, when I see LeBron James signed a max contract, I'm like, dog, why don't you just like, and get better players?
You're 40.
Billion, bro. Like, I know. I'm talking to a man telling you take less money. Like, that's just, I get it. I'm never gonna knock someone for it, but like, if all I cared about was winning another chip, and I was literally owned like a shoe, I was a billionaire. Like, yeah, I'd probably maybe be like, you know what?
I'd be like, you know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna cut my salary this whole year, dog. Give me a team.
Literally.
Give me a team. Give me 4 starters that just don't make sense. Give me the United States Olympic team, and I'll take don't pay me a dime this year. Give me the United States Olympics team. Let me get one more goddamn ring and get the fuck out of here. I'm good.
Bro.
Every time you buy a pair of shoes that got a fucking lion on it, he makes like $4, cuz. He's fine. He's fine. NBA money's a whole different fucking story.
I don't know. There was definitely some... Bro, we haven't talked about Deshaun Watson's absolute fucking debacle, bro. He was so bad.
Nothing has really changed in that regard. Like I saw something on Twitter. I screen recorded on Twitter on YouTube.
Late in the game, bro. You know why Deshaun Watson has the stats he has?
What?
Because late in the game, teams keep everything in front of him, and he throws the ball underneath for 15 here, 12 there, 13 here.
I'm not even saying he doesn't have good stats.
So
what I'm
saying
is that nothing has changed in the sense of like this is how bad he was when he first
last year.
How bad he was last year. People just continue to make now. Then after the game, and it's a good point. I guarantee you, and I will say I'm not making excuses. His dad died, even though I guess he barely knew him that well, which does make sense. But the other thing I guess is he knew when he went to go play that game that report was going to be coming out over the weekend. So he knew walking in there, if I throw for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns, all people are going to be talking about Monday is how because this is the first suit where he actually, raped somebody. So like, that's a lot different than just oops, my towel fell. You know what I mean? Like. I'm just saying that gives the Browns an out on the contract potentially. It's something interesting to be weary of. Like $70 million back-to-back years, and they owe him $46 million on a year. He's not even under contract. Bobby Bonilla shit, like.
Yo, so they were showing Deshaun Watson on like the pregame, and they were showing his highlights, and it was COVID highlights. The stadium was empty.
Bro, literally.
3 years ago, 4 years ago, bro. What the fuck?
Well, I mean, dude, you have to think your confidence is everything. Everybody's, saying what they're saying, but then also the biggest thing that every Browns fan was saying, like the ones that were skeptical about the whole thing, trying to tell themselves this or that, but before he ever played it down, the thing that they were telling themselves was, man, with everything that happened with you and the money we gave you, the one thing all I know is you better fucking ball.
Yep.
You better show up, bro. And he hasn't done that even remotely. Like, not even a little bit.
Like, bro, when he was sitting in the after he got hurt last year, and he was sitting in the box, bro. He was sitting in the booth. He wasn't down on the field with a fucking headset on, helping the next man up. Like, bro, what?
Did you see what happened with his offensive lineman,
bro?
No. You probably didn't see this, Bumbo. Joel Bitonio fell on the ground, and Deshaun Watson went like this to help him up, bro, and he smacked Watson's hand out of the way, rolled over, and got up. Now, that Joe Thomas was pointed out, he was like, you got to understand, as big men, like, we can't get up like this. Like, we have to roll over and turtle our way up. But watching it, like, he also was fucking pissed that they were getting beat. I'm sure he doesn't, I mean, Bitonio is on the NFLPA. He's, like, one of the presidents, I think. So, he's probably a decent guy. I'm sure he's, like, Jesus Christ. Baker Mayfield just 4 touchdowns, bro. Like, 4 touchdowns. That is like the perfect, like, it's just perfect because Cleveland was the team that sucked. But they were the underdog team that every fan base, like the Lions, every fan base wanted to see them do good. I didn't, but every fan base wanted to see them do good. Like, every fan base was like, oh man, Cleveland has such loyal fans. Everything they've been through, I hope. Then they signed that guy, and some of the shit they did was dead up disgusting that they were doing before games with shirts and stuff like that. And you reap what you sow, man. I don't feel bad at all. $240 million. If I feel bad for that guy, yeah.
Fuck no, bro. Bro, not to mention you tank the value of your current quarterback. Absolutely tank. You didn't think about, like, okay, before we sign this, we shouldn't just backdoor trade him for a 3rd round pick. Just like call somebody.
A good organization would have started leaking like good information or something. The Browns just fucking.
They were just like, oh yeah, we want Deshaun. Oh fuck. We'll take a conditional 6th round, which they didn't get, which they did. Bro, they got nothing in return for Baker. They didn't even get the fucking pick because he didn't start enough games, and then he goes and wins a fucking playoff, wins the division and a playoff game last year, bro. What?
The Steelers too, and before that all happened, like,
bro.
Really,
first
like,
of all, bro, what the fuck you got going in the front office?
42.9, 144.
What is all this?
Watson's quarterback rating, Mayfield's quarterback rating.
Oh, Christ. I can't do this for one more second. No,
can't handle it. Yo.
Oh my God, bro.
I mean, bro, it really is like the perfect.
Oh fuck! That was a Browns fan calling a fucking Cleveland sports radio, dude, and they couldn't fucking do it.
Oh man, I mean.
Oh my God, dude. He just calls and says 44.9, 122.
It goes to my point that Cleveland will never, ever be fucking relevant.
Bro, how do they not shut Baker? How is the team not have the power to be like, hey, you're fucking hurt, Baker Mayfield. You sit down. You're going. He's hurt. He'll play next year. Let's go.
So
like that's what I don't fucking get, bro. And so he played hurt, whatever. Like, and then, bro, it just none of it makes any sense to me at all.
He looks
bro.
like a
when this is the quarterback play you end up seeing, then of course it doesn't make sense. Let's look beyond that for a second. Cleveland's defense is supposed to be so goddamn good. Cleveland's defense is supposed to be truly their strong suit. Since Chubb went down, their defense is what's supposed to kind of keep them in games and win them games. Brother, how many fucking points did Dallas score?
33.
Dude, but the Browns gave up a lot of points at the end of the season last year too. Someone was telling me that, well, not telling me, I was reading that it was Chris Sims who was talking, and he's pretty good, man. He knows his shit. And he was talking about how damn, I'm literally losing my train of thought. What were we just talking about?
The Browns defense.
Oh, yeah, how Jim Schwartz, their defensive coordinator, has like a very specific type of defense, and that teams might be starting to kind of figure it out a little. And I mean, you know,
bro, you watch enough film, it just happens.
Right. Well, with Vrabel,
I mean, I think
with Vrabel in the building, Schwartz has got one more of those 33, 35, 40-point games, and he's going to be looking for a job. Tell you what.
Oh, yeah.
I promise. Mark my words. And then he'll be the defensive coordinator, and then when this is a fucking losing season and Deshaun Watson did whatever and they get out of the contract, they'll fire Stefanski, they'll promote Vrabel to the head coach, and they'll go get Shedeur Sanders. There it is. Browns, Shedeur Sanders.
He probably won't go there.
Okay, that's fine.
They'll make him a running quarterback.
They'll just draft him and just hold his rights so he can't play in the NFL.
I run faster than Shedeur Sanders.
You know what's funny? I thought about what you just said, Dunbar, and I am almost positive that if they tried to draft him, his dad wouldn't do it.
I mean, bro, what do you mean wouldn't do it?
He said he's only allowed to play for teams that Dion played for.
Manning, yeah.
And the Red.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the teams that Dion played for. Cowboys, who just gave Dak Prescott $48 billion essentially.
The Falcons, who just
gave Kirk $100 million and drafted Mike Penix. So 0 for 2. What's the other team?
San Francisco.
I mean,
San Francisco. They're paying Brock Purdy all of the money.
And the Redskins.
Commanders. Pretty sure they just drafted Jaden Daniels.
The Raiders.
Did he play for the Raiders?
Wait. Oh, you mean just no? I don't think he's saying just the teams he'd play for.
He did.
I think that
it wasn't.
No, I think he just won't send his team to a completely dysfunctional place. Like.
Oh, well, the Raiders is an easy one. He's not going to make them better, but the Raiders make sense.
He's going to shitty team to go to another shitty team.
I don't like some of the shit fucking, like... I don't know, bro. The scouts, bro, they just... Sometimes it's crazy how some of the teams, how bad they are at drafting and evaluating players. Like, it's really alarming.
San Francisco 49ers are very bad at it.
He said he could play for the Falcons, the Cowboys, the Commanders, The Niners, the Ravens, or the Eagles?
I don't think did he say that word for word?
Yes.
Who are the teams again? Hang on, one at a time, and I'll be quick.
I swear I thought.
Who's the first team?
The Falcons. Yes.
Kirk just got $100 million, and Penix just got drafted. Go.
Cowboys.
Dak just got $48 bazillion. Go.
Commanders.
Commanders just drafted Jaden Daniels.
San Francisco.
San Francisco going to pay Brock Purdy $100 bazillion.
Baltimore.
Baltimore has Lamar Jackson, for fuck's sake.
Eagles.
Eagles drafted Jalen Hurts in the 3rd round, just gave him a bag last year. So I guess Shedeur Sanders is a free agent.
Yeah, unrestricted.
Guess he's an unrestricted free agent.
Undrafted.
UFA. Congratulations, Dion. You rat fucked your son again. Congratulations. Y'all love that guy. He's fucking with that program, bro.
I don't.
He's making it way too much about his kids, cuz it's fucked up.
Dog shit. Colorado was dog shit before Dion got there.
Yes.
They're not great now.
Oh,
They're not great now.
No,
bro, they won more games last year than they did in like the 3 previous.
Ever.
They won 4 games
not only
last
that,
year.
They won one
but,
game in each of the 3 previous.
Dion's a polarizing figure.
I'm
There's
sorry,
a lot of
he's
reports
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's incredible.
I'm just saying, like,
he's a very good football coach.
I hear you,
and there's no nepotism involved there whatsoever. He's a good football coach.
I didn't say that, but what I am saying is when that team wins one game in each of the 3 previous seasons, and he shows up, and they win 4. That's like 4 times better than the 3 previous years.
Yeah, you went from horrible to bad. Thank you, Coach Prime.
Bro, I mean, what are you supposed to do?
If only
you
flip it in 1 year.
You're supposed to just, bro. I mean,
he's supposed to go win 10 games. Like that's
y'all think he's going to be the coach of the? Y'all think he's going to be the coach of Colorado Buffaloes without Travis Hunter and without Shedeur Sanders? Do you think he's still the coach there?
No, I didn't say that.
Doubt it.
I think so.
I don't think so.
Mike Norvell is fired, bro. I promise. This is Mike Norvell's last year at Florida State. If they lose, especially if they lose another game. That's all I'm saying.
I just don't know how you're supposed to turn a program around in 1 or 2 years, especially
that's
a
what I'm saying.
Program.
Right? Colorado went from horrible to bad. Thank you, Coach Prime.
Right, but you're like going off like he hasn't just.
It's been 2 years. He got the #1 corner recruit. I mean, he's got some nice recruits on the team.
Yeah, and he got himself 9 different endorsements. Thank you, Coach Prime, for making it about the University of Colorado.
Hey, crack it in.
Bringing money to the school, man.
Bro,
the
doing, school made like $500
You're not just
million.
a coach there, man. You're almost like a celebrity for a school. It is what it is. It sucks, but like he you know what the thing is, Josh? I think this is the thing that you don't understand. Most coaches,
Miami's gonna dog walk.
Josh,
dog walk them.
Mark my
Joshua
words.
Brittle.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something real quick. Most college coaches have to go sit in fucking kids' living rooms and beg them to come to their school. Because what Dion's creating, he doesn't have to do that. Like, that's the biggest difference. That's the reason he does what he does. Most coaches have to literally get on their fucking knees in a kid's living room to their parents and be like, please come to my school. Because he's such a big name and, you know, they think he's a good coach and all those things, he gets people to his school just through that, so he doesn't have to, you know.
He brought Warren Sapp on.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, and that D-line looked really good as a result of that. It looked good.
It's not going to happen in 3 months, bro. It's going to take time.
I'm saying he's not going to be there by time, like, the transition could actually happen. He's not going to be there after this year.
Listen, I know you're an Oregon fan and you've been a Seahawks fan your whole life, and you guys have basically won since you were born.
You think he's going to be there after Shedeur?
I don't necessarily think that he's going to be there, but for right...
You heard what I just said about Mike Norvell.
He's not turning the program around. He's giving his kids a bigger fucking stage. And then he's going to dip.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
He's giving kids a bigger stage so
they can possibly get drafted.
What about him?
Great.
Well, you're saying Dion's going to go to Florida State.
Why wouldn't he?
Because he has how many wins does he have? 5 wins as a college coach?
Bro.
Deion Sanders
from a team that didn't win, that won 1 game in each of the 3 years prior. He showed up and won 4.
Right, he took them from horrible to bad with recruiting.
So he could take a bad team from bad to mediocre and then a team like Florida State where he lives, and he could pull crazy recruits at Florida State, bro. I promise.
Losing to Nebraska though is not the end of the world. That Nebraska team is a good team.
Yeah,
bro.
No, I said that before the game started.
Everywhere Matt Rule has gone, he has won more games.
Yeah,
he has turned everything around, bro. Matt Rule
And
is
now
a great coach.
Matt Rule is the best
Mark my
quarterback
words.
he's ever had.
Hey,
College or NFL.
this was brought to my attention from somebody. You know where Matt Rule went to college?
NC State?
Nope.
Oh, where?
Penn State.
Oh, wow.
How long before James Franklin continues to do nothing and Matt Rule becomes the head coach of Penn State?
James Franklin's nothing is 10-2.
Okay, but it's Penn State. Imagine what Matt Rule could do with a program that he walks into that's 10-2 when he's taking these shit programs and turning them into 10-2 programs. That's what I'm saying. I think Dion, given a Florida
Instead,
State,
they're gonna give Brian fucking Kelly another chance.
bro. I think Dion ends up at
Brian
Florida
Kelly,
State, bro.
fuck that guy.
I
Fuck
promise.
Brian Kelly. Fucking fake ass dude, bro. He was a UC coach and we were winning hella and he just dipped mid-season.
What?
On the bowl game, dude. We were in a bowl game.
I think Steve Spurrier did that to the Miami Dolphins.
Left
Middle
in
of the day. They didn't tell nobody, just dipped.
dipped. You're a
That right there,
cornball.
you need to know, bro. Like, you ain't no fucking leader.
You heard
bro.
what Ed Orgeron said?
Coordinator. Like,
I never heard a thing that Ed Orgeron has said.
Coach O said, you know, coaches got a shelf life. Some of them 6 years, some of them 60 years. Mine, about 4 years in, AD came in my office and said, "Coach, we ain't looking too good right now." And I looked at him, I said, "Sir, Ray Charles could tell me that." Bro, he literally said this. He said, "Yeah, Coach O, you got about $100 million left on your contract." He said, "And we got to pay it out to you." Coach O said, "Where do I sign and which door do you want me out of?" But yeah, no, that
Legend, Coach O.
bro, that dude's a goat, man. That good dude's a goat. But that wraps it up for me. I'm good.
Wraps it up for me too, brothers.
yeah.
Do we have a bet?
Real quick.
I got one.
Yes, I got one.
I got one for this week. San Francisco 49ers minus 6.5 at the Vikings. That's a crazy line. They're going to absolutely dog walk them.
Wait, my laptop.
Vikings defense is so fucking bad. They're going to dog walk them.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna go simple. I know it's my own team, but
Here we go. He beat
Bo
you to it,
Nix,
Riley.
I just don't
You gotta
think.
find a new
I don't
bet.
think Bo
I got
Nix.
one. I got one.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bo Nix. I just think that's an easy dub for the Steelers. But the odds, apparently, they think that. I mean, Justin Fields went for 340 and 4 touchdowns last year against them. So.
My bet is gonna be under in the Sean O'Malley Merab Davashvili fight. Under 4.5.
The sphere.
4.5 is crazy.
Under
Sphere.
4.5. Am I not right? Anybody?
The 4.5 line comes from Marab never finishing anybody.
Okay,
Sphere, brother. The sphere.
that'd be dope.
What's your bet, Gunner?
My bet this week, obviously, biased, but it's a little parlay. I got the Cowboys to win, the Rams to win, and the Bengals to win.
Bengals over the Chiefs.
Yep.
Not the smart bet of the week, boys and girls. Not on either side of that bet.
Not the smart bet. Don't follow it. I'm just telling you where I'm losing my money this week.
That's all right. I lost every single bet that I placed in the last 72 hours, brother, including probably one tonight. Yep, sure did.
I won 2 this
not
weekend,
even
so I
that
got.
good.
I was able to recover, but
Is
not
my
good.
baseball guy still alive? No way. No way.
If we're talking about just Steelers, I like the Steelers minus 2.5 and over 36.5 points.
Oh shit! Hold on.
I don't know. I think that could get interesting. But all right, boys. I'm about ready to get off here. Hold on, I want to look at something.
I don't know why it won't let me log into FanDuel. That's a crazy line against the fucking Vikings, cuz.
What?
Will be an interesting week. This week we'll at least be able to watch out for some things that we saw in week 1.
Yeah, I mean teams are rusty, bro. It's still week 1.
Yeah.
Can you
Exactly.
I mean, to be honest, bro, like, and I guess
You're
I didn't
0-2 on week 2, though. It's not good.
I don't think I harped on it really enough, but Jesus Christ, bro, you make the guys play week 1 on a fucking Friday in goddamn Brazil on a fucking soccer field, dude. Like, you're begging for injuries. Like, that's fucking dumb.
They don't care. That just made them so much money. They don't give a
But
fuck.
it's like even the players fucking hated it. It's so stupid.
More of what they need, am I right?
They don't give a shit what the players think either.
Well,
you know what
that concludes episode 14 of the Steel Pirate Media Show. We will get with you next week. We appreciate everybody joining us for the wrap up of week 2 of the NFL season.